So here's the problem. You are all, right, when we want to have people use scientific thinking methods, Kata TWI, how many of you are in that authority position to be able to be like, you will do this because you must? Like that picture that Mark was showing, leading. Nobody? So we have, let's be honest, like if you're in that position, great, you have that lever. Do you want to use that lever? Right, so that means in order for us to be successful, we have to influence people, right? We can tell them what to do, but as Mark said, that's not sustainable. It's not going to lead to that definition of leadership and what we're really aiming for. So if we have to influence how this happens, and these are all in our way, what's really in our control here? That's the fundamental problem. Everything in our way is not actually in our control. We can try, and we absolutely should try, to influence these problems and these obstacles. But in the end, we cannot guarantee success because we don't control these. But as Mark pointed out already, and I'm going to reiterate, what we do control is us. We control our approach to talking about these things. And let's be honest, anytime we influence somebody, we're selling, right? We're selling Kata and TWI and scientific thinking to people. That's part of the job. And a lot of selling happens naturally through storytelling, because that's how humans communicate. That's how we communicated at the beginning. And so it's all about what story are we telling people about these tools and methods that will have them wanting to use it. And I'm going to tell you, we're not telling the right story. We're not. Otherwise, we'd be in a different place. So what I want to talk about is the experience I've had over these 5 different organizations and many failures, a couple of successes as well, in the stories that I was telling about these tools and the 3 major problems that I ran into with doing this. And they all are in our heads. They're 100% in your control. Congratulations. Ooh. To do that, I already kind of forecasted this. I'm going to take you through this through one of my favorite stories, The Wizard of Oz. I love this movie. Fun fact, this tanked when it came out originally. Nobody went and saw it, and now it is this beautiful cult classic. So I have a very important question. Who hasn't seen The Wizard of Oz? Okay, all right. Got a couple of you, that's okay. I'm going to warn you. I'm going to spoil the movie for you. Cool? Okay. Also, table mates, help them out, because they might be like, what the hell are you talking about? Right? You might have to help fill in some gaps. So we're going to talk about The Wizard of Oz. And I'm going to share these 3 things that I've learned about how I was horribly mis-selling these tools. Are you ready? All right, so I'm gonna pretend to play this scene at then. When Dorothy comes into Munchkin Land and says, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Are you ready to leave Kansas? Thank you, come on, this is the audience participation part of the movement. All right, so here's the first thing. The very first thing that I learned, not the first thing, but a big thing that I learned about telling these stories. It's not magic. None of this is magic. So recall in the story of The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy gets her companions, Tin Man Lion and the Scarecrow, and they go off to see the wizard, right? They go to the Emerald City because they are told that they want to see the great and powerful Oz. And who remembers what happens when they show up? He comes out, terrifying them, so much so that the lion jumps out of the room. Of course, he's the cowardly lion, but even so, it was a scary scene. I remember being a kid and being terrified by this, right? He's this all-powerful, all-seeing, terrifying wizard. He sends them on a quest. They do it, they come back because they're terrified of him. He is this untouchable being. When they finally do come back, thank God for Toto, that Yorkshire Terrier, who identifies that this is just a dude, There's just a guy from Kansas hiding behind a curtain. Pay no attention to that man. The same is true with Kata and TWI, right? We treat these as these untouchable, expert-only systems in certain situations. I know I was doing this. And we over-explain exactly how it has to happen. And we over-specify, no, it has to follow this structure, it has to do this. You have to have a coach, you have to be a learner first. Nope, you need a second coach too. Nope, job breakdowns, only 7 steps, 7 words. You gotta have a what, how, and a why for each thing, and key points for each thing, and pictures. There's so many pieces of it, so many constraints, that it becomes the great powerful ops. We need to stop over-explaining, stop over-descending, stop putting these things on a pedestal. They are just systems and thinking methods.